आई थिंक मैं लाइव हूँ, होना तो चाहिए, होना तो चाहिए, पता नहीं। क्या मैं लाइव हूँ? बहुत बढ़िया क्वेश्चन है ना। और मेरा आवाज आ भी रहा है या नहीं ये भी नहीं पता मुझे। एक मिनट मुझे चेक कर लेने दो जल्दी से, जल्दी से जरा चेक कर लेता हूँ मैं। चेक करना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी होता है। यस आई एम लाइव, एक्चुअली आई एम लाइव, बट मेरा आवाज ओके मेरा आवाज भी बहुत बढ़िया तरीके से आ रहा है। लेट्स स्टार्ट देन, व्हाई नॉट, व्हाई नॉट, लेट्स स्टार्ट। ओके हियर वी गो। ये कंट्रोलर को क्या हो गया? ये ओके कंट्रोलर भी काम कर रहा है। ऑब्वियसली न्यू गेम, टर्न अबाउट ट्रम्प। बाय द वे यहाँ पे मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि मैंने इसका पहले का जो 3 गेम है ऑलरेडी मैंने खेल लिया है, कंप्लीट कर दिया है। एस अटॉर्नी, जस्टिस फॉर ऑल एंड ट्रायल्स एंड ट्रिब्यूलेशन, तीनों कंप्लीट। तो हियर वी गो, एपोलो जस्टिस, लेट्स डू दिस। मोमबत्ती बुझ गया। ये क्या हो रहा है? कार्ड्स गेम चल रहा है, कार्ड्स कार्ड्स खेल रहे हैं ये लोग, पत्ते खेल रहे हैं। और कोई हार चुका है। कौन है ये? ओह नो, ओप्स, किसी ने किसी को मार दिया। Something like that. Did someone hit him hard? Me, please. The cops should be here any minute. I am in your hands. Should it come to that? मतलब उसी ने तो मारा उसको, फिर उसी ने किसी को कॉल किया और कॉल करके बोला कि किसी और ने उसको मारा। What? एपेलो, ओके तो हम लोग यहाँ पे फिनिक्स राइट का प्रोस्पेक्टिव नहीं खेलने वाले हैं, ये एपेलो है। एपेलो कौन है मुझे भी नहीं पता। पैनिक्ड, आई एम स्वेटी, आई कैन एडमिट इट, आई एम नर्वस। ओके सबसे पहला बात तो ये है कि फर्स्ट केस में सब लोग ही नर्वस होते हैं। गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड मॉर्निंग सर, ये कौन है? यू लुक टेंस, जस्टिस, वुंड अप टाइट। जस्टिस, इसका नाम जस्टिस है? अच्छा क्रिस्टोफर है इसका नाम। अच्छा अच्छा, एपोलो का नाम तो इसका मतलब जस्टिस है। वुंड अप सर, नो आई एम लूज, आई एम फाइन। That screaming noise, it's that your voice, I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial and it's a homicide. I guess justice don't start small, हाँ। ओके मतलब फर्स्ट केस लिया है, फर्स्ट केस ही मर्डर केस ले लिया। आई एम फाइन, आई गॉट अप एट 5 बजे उठ के क्या कर रहा था ये? टू डू माई चोर्स एंड स्टिल वॉइस वर्कआउट, आई एम फाइन। ओ भाई 5 बजे उठ के ये अपना वॉइस का प्रैक्टिस कर रहा था, लॉल। That explains it. I detect a certain rasping quality to your screams. Cough. I overdid it again. मतलब इसने इतना चिल्लाया कि इसका गला खराब हो गया. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down. If you get my drift. Drift gotten, sir. I am all over the drift. ये drift क्या है? As it happened, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I am fine, sir. One more thing. Don't stay your fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. My name is Apollo Justice. अच्छा इसका नाम ही है Apollo Justice. If it's clear already, I am your new attorney, and today is my first trial. Not that I am worried or anything. The defendant has been accused. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss want him out of course, and so I do. Okay, इसने इसके बॉस की वजह से ये केस ले लिया. इसको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. इसका मतलब my boss want him out of course, so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. Why? तुमको कैसे पता? कौन है ये? वो गुड. अरे तुतला रहा है ये तो. ये स्टार्ट भी नहीं हुआ, तुतलाना स्टार्ट हो गया इसका. Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial, nervous meeting him. I think I am supposed to say something. Help. So you are fine. I am fine. Oh भाई, इसका हालत खराब है. I did remember you having an odd name. Obviously, Apollo Justice किसका नाम होता है? Justice. Title में Justice. We are off to a great start. Are you sure? Are you okay? I mean, with me. Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney and he is your friend, so why? You will see. Huh? You can do it, be confident. I am really sorry this happened to you. It's time, shall we? Yes, sir. चल क्या रहा है? I need to focus. तो उसका दोस्त एक बहुत बड़ा लॉयर है, फिर भी उसने एक नूबी पे ट्रस्ट किया. Why? I need to focus. First trial, here comes justice. The court is now in session. The prosecutor is ready, Your Honor. The defense is fine. Ready, Your Honor. इसका अभी भी हालत खराब है. Mind going blank. Don't panic. Your name was Mr. Justice, and this is your first trial. Yes, Your Honor. But I am fine. Really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounded a little bit strained. Obviously, उसका nervous होकर हालत खराब है. शिवम गेमिंग चैलेंज. Welcome to the stream. Hi भाई, कैसे हो? मिस्टर गेविन. ये गेविन कौन है? गेविन? हु इज दिस गेविन? अच्छा ये क्रिस्टोफर बोलो ना भाई, क्यों? फैंटम डिलक्स थंबनेल ओपी है, बट व्हाट? I was under the impression that you would be heading up to this case. That's my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always cater to his client wishes. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice, but to entrust his case to this greenhorn. Oh, judge. I do not exaggerate when I say that you are the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Okay, so Gavin got trial experience fine, but does he have Cords of Steel? Cords of Steel क्या? बड़े दिनों बाद आए हो लाइव स्ट्रीम पर, शिवम गेमिंग चैलेंज बोल रहे हैं। अरे भाई बहुत दिनों बाद सही में। अभी माइनक्राफ्ट उतना ज़्यादा मैं नहीं खेलता हूँ ना, तो इसीलिए बहुत दिनों बाद जब नया नया गेम ट्राई करता हूँ तो कभी कभी स्ट्रीम कर लेता हूँ। बाय द वे मुझे वन वॉचिंग दिखा रहा है और तुम लोग कमेंट कर रहे हो, हाउ? YouTube's mystery. Then let's begin. The defense may enter the courtroom. इसका नाम तक नहीं पता हम लोग को, कौन है ये? इसका नाम के ऊपर क्वेश्चन मार्क लगा के रखा है। This is an unfortunate turn of event. I'm sorry we had to meet again under those circumstances. ये जज जिसको पहचानता है, ओके। Long time no see. Mr. Wright? What? ये फिनिक्स राइट है, ये फिनिक्स है। लेट्स पुट द पास्ट बिहाइंड अस, शैल वी? व्हाट? इसको क्या हो गया? These days I am merely Phoenix Wright, पियानो प्लेयर। इसने अपना लॉयर का धंधा छोड़ दिया और पियानो प्लेयर बन गया। मिस्टर राइट, हाउ कुड दिस हैपेंड? I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecutor would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Pine. To think I saw you enter this room, a fresh attorney. Now I will see you live in chains. हाँ, ये बात भी सही है, क्योंकि फिनिक्स राइट का जो फर्स्ट केस था इसी प्रोसिक्यूटर के खिलाफ था, पर तब उसका हेयर स्टाइल अलग था। फिनिक्स राइट को क्या हो गया? विंस्टन पाइन। द क्राइम ऑकर्ड एट क्या, कोई बॉल क्लब है, नाम ने प्रोनाउंस नहीं करने वाला मैं, रशियन रेस्टोरेंट। द डिफेंस फिनिक्स राइट टुक द विक्टिम ए कस्टमर एंड ही हिट हिम wham on the head, back, killed him cold. A customer at the restaurant, you say, and the defense, you say he was the pianist from the club. For the club, it seems. Phoenix Wright, a pianist. This is the weapon that took the victim's life, a bottle of grape juice. Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice. The courts accepted the deadly bottle as evidence. Deadly bottle, एक बॉटल को उसने डेडली बॉटल बना दिया, वाओ, अलग ही था। Deadly bottle added to the courtroom. Something to note, Justice, all evidence is filed in the courtroom. Make a practice of checking it frequently. The courtroom, right, I heard of that. Use the courtroom button to look at the evidence so far. I am confident in your ability to handle this, right? The courtroom record, courtroom नहीं, court record button sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. ये रहा courtroom, यहाँ पे मेरा attorney badge है और autopsy report है. The time of the death was 2 AM April 17th. That caused a single blow to the forehead. Okay. इसके अलावा crime फोटो देखने में तो कुछ अलग नहीं लग रहा है, नॉर्मल सा लग रहा है। इसके अलावा ये डेडली बॉटल, ओके ठीक है। गेमिंग लाइन शॉर्ट्स, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम ब्रो। बड़े दिनों बाद, हाँ भाई बड़े दिनों बाद मैं आ गया फिर से। कैसे हो तुम, बताओ? ओके, कोर्ट रूम चेक कर लिया। सो द विक्टिम वाज अ कस्टमर एट द रेस्टोरेंट, बट जस्ट हु वाज दिस? सादिश स्मिथ, ओके, इससे आगे नहीं। हे डीप मॉडरेटर, we believe he was a traveler, your honor. ओके तो एक वो ट्रैवल, अगर वो ट्रैवलर है तो फिनिक्स राइट के पास उसको मर्डर करने का मोटिव कहाँ से आ गया? A traveler. According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. भैया मैं जीजीपी, अरे जीजीपी कैसे हो? ओ भाई याद हो, भाई याद हो। हाँ सबका मॉडरेटर हटा दिया है, सबका सबका, कोई मॉडरेटर नहीं है अभी चैनल का, क्योंकि मैं लाइव स्ट्रीम करता नहीं हूँ तो चैनल पे रीसेट किया था एक, तो इसकी वजह से सब मॉडरेटर हट गया है। अभी सिर्फ मैं खुद अपने चैनल का मॉडरेटर हूँ। He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear. Place of residence is unclear, and he had some sort of connection with the defendant. यही तो मैं पूछ रहा हूँ। That too is unclear at the present, Your Honor. We believe they first meet at the bowl club on the night of the crime. If they had only met just then, why murder? Same question. थोड़ी देर पहले मैंने किया। Perhaps the victim cited the defendant's piano playing. That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skills. Direct insult कर रहा है वो भाई। At least not piano playing. I will let this photo example what I mean. Okay. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in... Oh भाई पढ़ने भी नहीं दिया पूरा। Indeed, it appears our defendant had fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. It is true that the defendant was engaged in game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that a game, in the purest sense, a comparative, Your Honor. A comparative, yes, a test of wits, a slight clash of passion. Only the card, their back weathered in blue frame, no its final outcome. भैया आप ड्रैगन बॉल जी क्यों नहीं खेलते हो? ड्रैगन बॉल जी किस गेम की बात कर रहे हो? हाँ come on, the cards are on the table, had blue back, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present and impress women. That will be our first order of business here then, to find out more about this fatal game of cards. Okay, let's do it. Very well, defendant, you will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it, my first trial. Here goes nothing. ये बंदा तो एक्साइटेड है, कभी कभी ये लग रहा है ये एक्साइटेड है, कभी कभी लग रहा है ये नर्वस है। क्या चल रहा है इसके साथ? The competition. I am a pianist by trade, yet I can handle play at all. My real job is take an interested customer over at the poker table, the room where we play, and the competition in there are the club's main attraction. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game, and our customers are happy. Okay. A pianist who can play piano better than a defense attorney who can defend. ओए, Phoenix Wright नंबर 1 डिफेंस अटॉर्नी था। चुप कर। इसको कितना बार हराया है, फिर भी इसका कोई शर्म नहीं है। Very well. The defense may begin the cross examination. Right, Your Honor. My first cross examination. Don't blow it. Are you all right? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy too. My brains feel strained and raspy, sir. You watched me perform cross-examination many times, though you never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? What to do? Should I... OBS reconnecting? What? Reconnecting successful. Hello, YouTube, I am back. OBS को कुछ हो गया था. My weapon, pressed and present, I know. Find an inconsistency and any lies in the testimony and reveal them to the court. Yes, I know that too. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Do it! inconsistency, lies, Phoenix Wright. As if Phoenix Wright would never lie, and it's up to me to prove it. The defense may begin the cross-examination. The competition. Okay, let's see. I am a pianist by trade, yet I can handle play at all. I can hardly play at all. Okay, इसको piano play करना नहीं आता है. My real job is to take one interested customer over at the poker table, the room where we play, and the competition in there are club's main attraction. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. But यहाँ पे 2 decks दिख रहा है. आई थिंक ये 2 deck है, 2 deck है यहाँ पे. आई थिंक चैट अटक गया था, क्या पता, नहीं पता. वो ड्रैगन बॉल जी तक मेरे को दिखाई दिया, उसके बाद तुम्हारा ये चैट अटक गया क्या मैसेज आया डायरेक्ट. गेम नेम ड्रैगन बॉल जीनोवर्स 2. ड्रैगन बॉल जीनोवर्स 2 मैंने नहीं खेला है अभी तक. ओके लेट्स प्रेस. थोड़ा और बताओ, खुल के बताओ क्या हुआ था. 2 deck of cards, a simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in card. हाँ ये सही है. There's something else I noticed. In addition to the card on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor. Precisely, cards on the table, cards upon the floor, each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene planted blue by a sad swap of cards. तो खेलना अच्छा गेम है. ओके भाई, जरूर ट्राई करके देखूंगा. It's poetic really. Incidentally, we used 2 types of card at the club. One deck of card was red and the other deck of card was blue. As I recall, in your poker, you make 5 card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat. Huh? Yes, a game of hands. That's all it is. A game, and our customers are happy. So you claim you weren't gambling? That's right, it was simply a game. You didn't bet any money, not even a little. Not only thing at stake in our game, our pride itself. Well put, Mr. Wright. I got a mind to play a hand of poker myself. The stakes, your fate. Oh भाई, क्या दे दिया जज ने? Can we get back to the trials now? I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in a testimony. Isn't it a little early to jump to conclusion? This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. If you need more information, don't forget to press. Right? I got it. I am fine. Time to listen to the testimony again. Okay. Let me see the crime photo once again. ये यहाँ पे क्या है? What is this? ये मेरे को पता नहीं चल रहा है. ये डेक अप कार्ड हो सकता है. ये नीचे कार्ड पड़ा हुआ है. नहीं, ये क्या है? What are those? ये कॉइन्स लग रहे हैं मेरे को. यो क्या ओल्ड डेज था, सब चैट में बात करते थे. अभी कोई आता ही नहीं है स्ट्रीम पे, तो बात करने का तो कोई सवाल ही नहीं उठता. तुम मेरे से बात कर सकते हो बाय द वे. आई थिंक मिस्टर फिनिक्स राइट, यू आर लाइंग. यहाँ पे गैम्बलिंग चल रहा था. ये रहा कॉइन्स, यहाँ पे टेबल पे कॉइन्स पड़े हुए हैं. आई थिंक, मुझे नहीं पता, माफ कर देना अगर गलत बोलूं तो. लेट्स सी. कहाँ गया? गैम्बलिंग नहीं हो रहा था. रूल्स आर सिंपल. 2 deck of cards, that's it all. A game, our customers are happy. नो, यहाँ पे कोई गैम्बलिंग का टेस्टिमोनी तो नहीं था. बाकी सब प्रेस करना पड़ेगा तब तो. चलो प्रेस. You can hardly play. Oh, I play sometimes when customer demanded it, so I play them one song. That's usually all they want. Was that supposed to be a boast just now? The title of pianist is a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large. Then why are you really at the bowl club? My real job is to take one interested customer. ये तो हो गया, चलो प्रेस करके देखता हूँ यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहा है. They pay you just to play the poker. That would seem to be the case. I am a professional after all. Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest member of society like me to imagine. काश की कोई बिग यूट्यूबर आपको शाउट आउट दे दे, नहीं चाहिए मुझे. Innocent hard member of society like me to imagine. Yes, imagination was always a bit limited. Winston भाई यहाँ पे इंसल्ट पे इंसल्ट चल रहा है लिटरली. ये फिनिक्स राइट इसको इंसल्ट कर रहा है, वहां से जज इसको इंसल्ट कर रहा है. What? I played poker for 7 years in that little room and I never lose once. What? You see why the customers come now. Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I am quite a draw. Wait, you never lost once? Not even one time. As I said, I am a professional. GW Chris, yo! Welcome to the stream, GW Chris. He played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible? The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction. It has quite a history actually. The bowl club used to be gathering spot for black marketing type back in the day. Black market? भैया आप तो सिग्मा बन गए क्यों भाई? GW Chris भाई मैं तो बहुत बढ़िया हूँ, तुम बताओ कैसे हो? All in the past. Things like this, things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Surface is to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table, right there in that room. Smoky room gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture make me feel bad. The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals safe from the eye of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through the small window. Goon? I can practically picture it now. The window does look it's like would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else. The room had a few other tricks to it. Though it was common knowledge to our regulars, at any rate they came to play poker in that room, steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. The competition you are talking about, I believe the court understands the nature of the game and that's right. It was a simple game after all. No. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over a simple game, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room that very moment that crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime. Not that strange. What strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Ask me about the crime at this point is against the rule, Your Honor. Of course, I expect to hear cry of objection from the defense. What the? मतलब ये फिनिक्स राइट जो है मेरा काम बहुत ज़्यादा डिफिकल्ट करने वाला है. इतना तो मेरे को इतने से ही पता चल गया. नहीं चाहिए साउट आउट. अरे भाई साउट आउट से क्या होगा? मुझे इतना पता चल गया है कि साउट आउट से कुछ नहीं होगा. अगर तुम्हारा ऑडियंस लॉयल नहीं है तो तुम्हारा साउट आउट से घंटा कुछ नहीं होगा. उल्टा तुम्हारा चैनल डेड हो जाएगा. ये कौन सा गेम है, कभी देखा ही नहीं, तो आज देख लो. बढ़िया गेम है भाई, एकदम दिमाग खोल देगा तुम्हारा. देखते रहो. Don't despair it, justice. Sir, right there sometimes I like made clear. Right there, some things I did like made clear, namely your connection to the case at hand, and I like to hear it from you. Okay, sure, why not? तो अभी मेन जो मर्डर हुआ है उसके ऊपर टेस्टिमोनी आने वाला है. The defendant will amend this testimony. Just one little press, and I got myself a whole new testimony. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. I can't imagine Mr. Wright is lying in a testimony. Isn't it literally? अरे ये तो सुन लिया. फिर से सिग्मा, तो फिर मेरे को बना दो सिग्मा. क्या है? I am a pianist by trade, yet I can अबे फिर से वहाँ पे चल गया. मर्डर के बारे में पूछना पड़ेगा इससे. मिस्टर फिनिक्स जल्दी बक. तो मर्डर के बारे में ये जो है साइलेंस की मांग कर रहा है, मतलब ये कुछ नहीं बताने वाला अपनी तरफ से, बट इसने जो है मर्डर वेपन को टच नहीं किया है. तो ये रहा हमारा मर्डर वेपन. देखो, बट आई विल से आई नेवर टच्ड द मर्डर वेपन. यहाँ पे क्लियरली लिखा आ रहा है बियर्स द डिफेंडेंट मिस्टर फिनिक्स राइट फिंगरप्रिंट्स. व्हाई? Objection, my lord. So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon, this grape juice bottle, right? So I said, something the matter, Mr. Justice? ये हंसने लगा. मैंने आज तक ये गेम नहीं देखा सुब्रायन भाई, तो आज देख लो भाई. देखने में क्या जाता है, देख लो, पसंद तुमको भी आ जाएगा, इतना गारंटी है मेरा. ये गेम है ही ऐसा. Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. What's this, Mr. Pioneer? I examined the bottle in the question you see, and it was covered with the defendant fingerprint. यही तो मैं बोला कि भाई उसका फिंगरप्रिंट है, पर वो झूठ पे झूठ बोले जा रहा है. ऐसा कैसे चलेगा? फिर से ये कैसा ऑब्जेक्शन था ये? ओ बी, नो नीड टू शाउट मिस्टर जस्टिस, आई कैन हियर यू जस्ट फाइन. ओ भाई, एक्सक्यूज yelling can damage the judge's ear and our case. But what about my code of steel? मतलब ये अपने code of steel के लिए चिल्ला चिल्ला के जज का कान खराब कर देगा. ये गेम देखने में ओल्ड गेम जैसा है. ये बहुत 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 पुराना गेम है ये. आई थिंक 2007 के आसपास होगा ये गेम जब रिलीज हुआ था. एनीवे, व्हाट्स सो स्ट्रेंज अबाउट फिंगरप्रिंट ऑन द बॉटल इन द रेस्टोरेंट? सही पॉइंट. इज दैट ट्रू? फिर से ऑब्जेक्शन पढ़ने तक नहीं दिया. ओ दे वुडंट प्रूव ए थिंग इफ दे वर नॉर्मल फिंगरप्रिंट. हाँ, बट द फिंगरप्रिंट ऑन द मर्डर वेपन वेर अपसाइड डाउन. मतलब इसने उल्टा करके बोतल को पकड़ा था. उल्टा करके कोई क्यों बोतल को पकड़ेगा? अपसाइड डाउन, व्हाट डज दैट मीन? इट मीन्स ही वाज होल्डिंग द बॉटल इन्वर्टेड एंड दे कैन बी ओनली वन रीजन फॉर दैट. ओके, मारने के लिए. क्या फ्लेक्स मार रहा है अपने बालों का? Yes, to brain someone with the bottle. मतलब मारने के लिए सीधा सजा बोलो ना. क्या यार, ये क्या इंग्लिश? Mr. Gavin, I think just took a turn for the worse. सही बात है. Oh, I see, no problem, justice. हाँ, the only thing that matter is the truth. There a good reason for everything, you see. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprint on this bottle to this court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. भाई फांसी में चढ़ जाएगा ये. नहीं, फांसी में नहीं चढ़ सकता, क्योंकि अगर ये साइलेंस प्ली करेगा तो इसको ये कुछ नहीं बोल सकता, नहीं बोलेगा, इसको बोलने में कोई फोर्स भी नहीं कर सकता। भाई आप थोड़ा मॉडर्न गेम खेला करो भाई। देखो मैं हर तरह के गेम अभी खेल रहा हूँ, अभी मैं माइनक्राफ्ट से बोर हो गया हूँ। माइनक्राफ्ट का नेक्स्ट अपडेट आएगा, मेरा फोकस फिर से माइनक्राफ्ट पे चला जाएगा। तो मैं मेनली माइनक्राफ्ट ही खेलूंगा इस चैनल पे। पर अभी क्योंकि मुझे माइनक्राफ्ट उतना खेलने में अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, इसकी वजह से ये नए नए हर तरह के गेम्स जो है ट्राई कर रहा हूँ। एग्रेसिव एड वो क्या होता है? नॉट वेरी कंपेरेटिव, cooperative are you? This could hurt your case. This could hurt your case. I am sure he uncooperative because he is hiding something. There must be some reason. Your Honor, you seems to have forgotten something. What might be that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it was reported the murder to the police? Reported? Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright. But still, that really. Ah, yes. Well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by call from the defendant cell phone. Near the scene? Let's take a look at the diagram of the murder scene, shall we? The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from the ground. Of course, cell phone can get a reception from that far down. The defendant used this chair in his hallway to go above the ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant. I see. And this is the phone that made the call. Aggressive नहीं, I mean भाई, the defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he had chosen. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he is being uncooperative. ये बात भी सही है कि अगर उसी ने मर्डर किया होता और उसको भागना होता तो आराम से भाग सकता था, वो पुलिस वहाँ पे क्यों बुलाएगा? Nice save, Mr. Gavin. Better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed? I assume you know one is more serious about. What was it you said? The defense was in the room that very moment that crime occurred. How can you possibly know this? That's a good question. How indeed? The answer is simply, Your Honor, the prosecution has a decisive witness. ये स्मोक कर रहा है अभी तो। मेरे को सिग्मा बोल रहे थे, ये देखो सिग्मा इसको कहते हैं, इसको इसके पास विटनेस है तो ये ही दिखा रहा है मेरे को। आपके पीसी में और कौन सा गेम है अभी है? अभी मेरे पीसी में बहुत सारे गेम्स है, बट सबके सब ऐसे पुराने टाइप्स के गेम है। नए गेम्स मेरे पास अभी कुछ नहीं है। So someone else was in the room that night of the crime. The murder mean they witnessed the crime. That must mean everything up to till now just been warm up. Justice, you are ready? The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. Wrench Sharma T. Wrench is here. Remember it. Wrench. सही प्रोनाउंस किया? ठीक से बोलना, अगर नहीं किया तो ऑब्जेक्शन जरूर बोलना। कौन है ये विटनेस? ये कौन है? The witness will state her name and profession. Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? अबे I surmise that she had been frightened by the defense demonic look, Your Honor. Oh boy, demonic look. So I used a little here. Gail, relax, people. Have no fear. If any horn point in your direction, this court will cut them off. You are sure? I sure. It's on my grave. Please come out. Isn't violence against here a crime, Your Honor? यो टकला सिग्मा सर के बाल दिख रहा है, वो भी 2-3 बाल है। ये टकला सिग्मा सर का बाल दिख रहा है, वो भी 2-3 बाल है। ये सही है भाई। उसको डायरेक्ट डिमोनिक। इट्स रेंज ना ब्रो। ओ भाई तुम्हारा एक सिंपल सा नाम बताओ ना भाई, प्लीज प्लीज तुम ऐसा कोई नाम बताओ जो कि मैं याद रख सकूं। वेल इफ यू आर श्योर इट्स ओके। नाउ द प्रोसिक्यूशन। ओ भाई वेट अ मिनट। Would the prosecution clear to explain the witness? Yes. She is a professional, Your Honor. They are merely the tools of our trade. Wrench. Okay, wrench. Wrench. That's final. अब से तुम wrench. She is a professional, Your Honor. OBS ने bye bye बोल दिया था. OBS is back. I am employed as witness in Brawl Club restaurant. Then why the camera? Of course, it's my pride to serve the ball club. That is my naming the restaurant. But I also perform how it said our services, other services. I took it. One of those other services is taking pictures of customers. Yeah, like for example, this one. That's the defendant. Indeed, on the night of the murder. Man in the white is on who gonna kaput. Indeed, that is the victim. Wait. ये कहाँ से कहाँ जा रहा है? This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our. मैंने अभी क्या बोला? कहाँ से कहाँ जा रहा है ये? डायरेक्ट फोटो। पीसी अपग्रेड हुआ आपका? अभी तक तो नहीं, जो था वही है। It is same way as I drop cold balls of brosk on lap of our customers casually. Then the court will casually accept this new. ये casually, इनका इतना casually लेने का क्या है? क्यों? चलो casually accept भी कर लिया फोटो। Now witness, where were you at the time of the murder? I was in the room, the hideout, we called it. Excuse me, the hideout? It is room where famous gangster bad guys was arrested. Is room where murder took place. What? You look utter surprised. It is lovely. I will post by courtroom door later for you. Da. Photo will be numbered and you will write which one you want copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Phoenix Wright और ये लड़की, ठीक है? Our witness. And if Phoenix Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means ये लड़की को क्लियर होना चाहिए। Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about the night's event. That fateful night. That night, customer asked me to deal card for the game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. The victim, he played whole time with his hands on locked at his neck. Then the last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. That man flew at the victim and it strangled him to death. Strangled का मतलब गला घोटना होता है। इतना साफ साफ कौन झूठ बोलता है कोर्ट में? Isn't it obvious the winner was the victim, Mr. Smith? That's ridiculous. My English pronunciation is also ridiculous because Mr. Wright can't lose. Justice, Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection. सही में मतलब वो हार नहीं सकता, इसका मतलब नहीं है कि वो हारेगा नहीं कभी। 7 सालों से नहीं हारा, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि कभी भी नहीं हारेगा। But he hadn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. Okay, there are poker chips as they lay very moment of the crime. The hand and the chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you say? Duh, I mean yes. Imagine the poker game is a war. Your hand is your army and the chips are the spoils. I know that. After all, in my youth I was known as the poker head of the courtroom number 3. ये खुद भी पोकर खेल चुका है। वाओ। I think he means poker face. Looking at this picture, it doesn't seem the most of the chips are on the victim side of the table. Chips forwarded to the courtroom. Okay, very well. The defense may cross-examination the witness. First of all, बहुत ही खुला नंगा झूठ बोला इसने अभी। The night of the customer, ये वाला नहीं, ये वाला भी नहीं, ये वाला भी नहीं। Trouble happened. That means if you and the victim strangled. ये वाला. Let's see this one. Cerebral hemorrhaging resulting from blunt trauma to the forehead. मतलब इसको बोतल से मारा, उसके बाद उसका मौत हुआ, पर इसने बोला कि उसने उसका गला घोटा। मुझे गेम का म्यूजिक सुनकर नींद आने लगा। गेम का म्यूजिक सही में, इस गेम का म्यूजिक भी बहुत नींद आने वाला ही है। प्रेजेंट करके देखूं, पेनल्टी मिलेगा। अगर गलत हुआ तो पेनल्टी मिलेगा, पर लग तो नहीं रहा है कि गलत होगा। नहीं, गलत नहीं है, बच गया, पेनल्टी नहीं। ओरियल स्ट्रैंगल्ड, यू से, दैट्स ऑड। नॉर्मल कस्टमर्स ओनली चोक ऑन No, I mean this report shows the victim died from a blow to the head. Really now? Did you witness the crime? No. उसने कुछ नहीं देखा, वो झूठ बोल रहा है यहाँ पे बैठ के। नहीं, खड़ा होके बैठा नहीं है वो। Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He was wearing his hat and everything. Yet it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor. Here a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation. Well, that's quite a shock, isn't it? This head certainly was hit. What? क्या चल क्या रहा है? But I have seen it happened. The defendant, he lunged at the victim's neck. Oh really, miss? I think I have caught you in your own lies this time. Justice, I admire your enthusiasm, कुछ ऐसा ही कुछ। But perhaps you should think this through once more. What do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Very well. It seems we should continue the cross-examination. There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop breathing it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much too. चल क्या रहा है? The night customer asked me to deal cards for the game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. The victim, he played the whole time with his hands on locked at his neck. मतलब वो पूरा का पूरा गेम में जो है वो विक्टिम जो है अपने गले में हाथ दे के खेल रहा था। Why? Then the last hand is done, but something terrible happened. After the defendant tried to strangle him, he hit him with the bottle. इसने चेंज कर दिया। You didn't say anything about the hitting before. Sorry, I must be forgetting this. Witness, you will take greater care with your testimony. Oh, da, I am sorry, Your Honor. And that cleared up with the autopsy report. I believe the defendant made to strangle his victim. Then he changed his mind and choke a simpler, blunter mean to do the job. मतलब उसने मिड पॉइंट पे अपना मारने का रास्ता जो है चेंज कर दिया. गला घोटने के बजाय उसने डायरेक्ट मारना सही समझा उसको. Yes, that sums it nicely. So it strangled him, then hit him. Something's fishy about all this. Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do. इतोस इंतुगी इंथुजाजी. अरे भाई मेरे से प्रोनाउंस नहीं होता भाई, क्या करूं मैं. कुछ वर्ड्स है मेरे से प्रोनाउंस नहीं होता है. Right sir, leave it to me. There were only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim or Phoenix Wright और ये लड़की. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, then I have got you now. ये पिक्चर चेक करना पड़ेगा मेरे को, ये सब कुछ चेक करना पड़ेगा क्या चल रहा है. ये दोनों ने अपना कैप पहना हुआ है, ये तो सही है. कैप वाला तो सही बोला है. और जब यहाँ पे गेम चल रहा है तो ये जो बॉटल है ये उसके साइड है जो मर्डर वेपन है. आई थिंक ये वाला बॉटल ही मर्डर वेपन है, पर ये उसके साइड है जो मरा है उसके साइड. गला घोटने का कोई निशान ही नहीं है. गला घोटा है ना. लेट्स सी, यही होगा. आई थिंक यही होना चाहिए. होना तो चाहिए, अब पता नहीं भी हो सकता है. लेट्स सी. Nope, I am getting penalty. Okay, thank you. Yeah. मेरा जजमेंट गलत था. थैंक यू. Nope. You don't sound very sure, Mr. Justice. Objection overruled. कोई ना, एक तो पेनल्टी चलता है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सेव कर लेता हूं मैं जल्दी से. सेविंग इज इम्पोर्टेंट. कब क्या हो जाए कुछ पता नहीं, तो सेव कर लो. मुझे प्रेस करके देखना ही पड़ेगा अब लगता है. You were dealing cards. Do you do this often? I am doing this if customer wishes it. I serve anything. Cards, anything. Okay. It's my work. It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service. Welcome to the Bowl Club where ये क्या है. ब्रोस्ट. ये मेरे से प्रोनाउंस नहीं होगा भाई. क्यों बार ये रिपीट हो रहा है. इज warm as the waitress. Thank you not handling our flyer during the cross examination. It's cold. It's already April. How come it is cold? At the Brawl Club we have pride our authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside in the city it is spring, but inside it always as cold as Mother Russia. No way I am going there. When it comes to hot, cold is best seasoning. His locket. I believe it was good luck charm. Da. He gripped it many times as he played that night. Yes, he must have felt as through it might carry him to the moon and to the star. Though if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift. The defense would like to clarification. This is a good locket we are talking about. This is a locket we are talking about. I mean a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket. Of course I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that. A locket it considered bat from to poke fun at the heart of the hearing in our society. Heart of the hearing or heart of understanding. So what happened next? Hand on his locket on his neck. उसके गले में एक लॉकेट है, पर जितना मुझे दिख रहा है यहाँ पे कोई लॉकेट नहीं है. What was that? यहाँ पे कहाँ लॉकेट है भाई? गूज़बम्प आ गया मुझे. मैं सो गया था, आपने ऐसे बोला मुझे गूज़बम्प आ गया. क्या बोला मैंने? You know, there was one curious part in his testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what is you're thinking so interestingly about? Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on his locket at his neck, I believe she said. I hope you weren't about to raise an objection to the witness grammar. No, but look at this photograph. There is no locket. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I am impressed. ओए मेरा तारीफ कर भाई, मैंने ढूंढा. I knew you were able to handle this. But what does it mean? If we are believed this witness testimony and is it, then the locket disappeared following the witness death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. सही बात. Lockets ऐसे ही गायब नहीं हो जाता है. आज मैं हेडफोन्स लगा के देख रहा हूँ इसीलिए. अच्छा. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off. No? Taken it off? Wait, you don't mean the defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? एक मिनट, हम लोग यहाँ पे फिनिक्स राइट को डिफेंड करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, उल्टा हम लोग उसी के ऊपर और ज्यादा आरोप थोपे जा रहे हैं. दैट्स अ वेरी गुड डिफेंस. जस्ट अपने विक्टिम को और ज्यादा सजा दिलवा दो. Say yes. I just noticed it, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh, you mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Come on again, Mr. Wright. You have a daughter? We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in this locket is indeed Phoenix Wright's daughter. इसने शादी कब किया? और शादी किया तो किसके साथ किया? माया? So Mr. Wright has a locket too. Why don't I buy that? This is just a contradiction. एक मिनट. कोर्टरूम. अबे इसका तो नहीं दिख रहा है. एक मिनट. ये रहा लॉकेट. ये रहा. दिख गया. ये रहा. इसने पहना हुआ है ये लॉकेट. सही है मिस्टर राइट. झूठ बोल लो. Well, now if the result of this poker game led to this murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game. For the testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly. बाय बाय भैया, मुझे नींद आ गया, पर मेरा फ़ोन टूट गया और नसीब से बैक ग्लास टूटा है। ओ भाई, कैसे फ़ोन टूट गया? सोते सोते देख रहे थे और फ़ोन गिर गया। भाई ये तो बुरा हुआ। He will testify to this court about the game played between the victim and the defense. Okay, bye. The game has begun with 3500 point in chip for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was the victim. For the last hand, the defense played with all chips on his table and lose. The most loss was decided. Defendant grabbed bottle from the table and indeed, looking at this picture, it does seems to be a one-sided game. At the court, no poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. Bye bye. Good day. Bye bye. तुम्हें भी good day. How many times I have heard those words? I done it to fit of anger. Yet, Your Honor, a common tale, but true. Me thinking the judge watches too many old movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. The game has begun with 3500 point in chip. The house chips come in two sizes, small and large. इसके बारे में और जानकारी चाहिए. Are the chips at the photo are chips that were used? Yes, of course. Something fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Obviously. Maybe you should explain a bit about those chips. Explain? What is there to explain? Poker chips are poker chips. They are not fish and chips. Not a chip of the old book. Thanks. Now that I presumed her, better ask something. What are those chips worth? Are they in dollar, ruble? As I have saying before, it was a game, not gambling. Hard, perhaps for capitalist to understand. Two types of chips: 100 points chip and 1000 point chips. It is not money. Justice, sir. Don't you find her comment interesting? In more way than one, sir. I have to add her testimony myself. Well, does the defense want this testimony to add? Okay, add. I do think this deserves further investigation. Add it. GW क्रिस, कब थे लाइव करोगे? ये तो लाइव ही चल रहा है भाई. Add it to the testimony. I wish I knew where I going with this. Very well, witness, if you would be so kind. Okay, Your Honor. So this chips is worth 100 point. Other is worth 1000 point each. और ये वाले पे जो है let's see. तो इसके हिसाब से ब्लैक वाले चिप्स जो है 1000 पॉइंट ईच है. एक मतलब 1000, 2000, 3000, 4, 5, 6, 7, ये 8, 9, ये 10,000 यहाँ पे, और उसके साथ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10,600. इसके हिसाब से यहाँ पे गेम 10,600 से चल रहा है. भाई क्या भाई, इसने अपने पिछले टेस्टिमोनी में क्या बोला कि गेम्स जो है 3500 पॉइंट. गेम्स बिगेन विथ 3500 पॉइंट इन चिप्स फॉर ईच मैन. 3500 दोनों की तरफ से, मतलब 3000 इसका, 3500 इसका, 3500, टोटल 7000 होना चाहिए. बट यहाँ पे तो कुछ और ही चल रहा है. You sure it was victim who won? Absolutely sure. It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won. If you know, not in kindergarten. अबे मैंने वो जीतने का बोला ही नहीं. मैंने बोला कि यहाँ पे उसने बोला 3,500 से दोनों स्टार्ट करते हैं. इसका मतलब 7,000 टोटल. पर यहाँ पे चिप के काउंट पे तो 10,600 से ऊपर चिप है. Just for the safety sake, could you explain the problem to the court? कितना और घंटा की लाइव करोगे पता नहीं. जब तक मर्जी होगा करूंगा, उसके बाद बंद. पकड़ लो और 1 घंटा. Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I seen a small chip and I see a large chip. Tell me, which worth 1,000 points? Why the bigger one, of course. I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. इसका मतलब जो छोटे चिप है वो 1,000 पॉइंट के है. 1 मिनट. ये छोटे चिप्स अगर 1,000 पॉइंट्स के है और ये बड़े चिप अगर 100 पॉइंट्स के है तब 1 2 3 4 4,100. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. इसके पास 2,900. इसके पास 4,000. जीत रहा था फिनिक्स. 1 मिनट टोटल काउंट करके देख लेता हूँ. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6. यहाँ पे 6,000. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 7,000 टोटल. ओ भाई पकड़ लिया मैंने. मतलब पूरा नहीं पकड़ा था पर पकड़ लिया. द टोटल. लेट्स रिव्यू व्हाट द विटनेस हैज टोल्ड अस. Each man started with 3,500 points in each chip, and combined total value of the chips is 7,000 points. As I said, yes. If my calculations are correct, let's see. 3 plus 1 carries the 5. क्या हिसाब कर रहा है ये पता नहीं. They are Your Honor now. Look at the photo that already shown at all the chips. यहाँ से क्लियरली दिख रहा है फिनिक्स राइट जीत रहा है. इफ द बिगर चिप्स आर वर्थ 1,000 पॉइंट एंड द स्मॉलर चिप्स आर वर्थ 100 पॉइंट एंड यू एड देम अप, हाउ मच इट इज? डू इट योरसेल्फ. यू aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 point, as I said already. The chips don't add up. They certainly contradiction the witness testimony. But why? How could this be? Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right there. Only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Chips count were wrong. Both were right. ये OBS को क्या हो जा रहा है बीच बीच पता नहीं. What? Want to know what I think? The small chips are worth 1,000 point, not the big ones. Madness, utter madness. Show me that photograph of these chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 point when you add them up. Excellent work, Justice. It almost as you thought you figured it out by yourself. Well, I am just glad I was one who said it. But wait, the value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing. कहाँ से नहीं चेंज कर रहा है? वो जीत रहा था फिनिक्स. Everything is changed. Indeed, the victim did have the large number of chips still. Huh? Exactly. If the small chips are worth 1,000 points and the large chips are worth 100, let's do the maths. Add up the points for each side of the table. Huh? The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points and Phoenix Wright had 4,100 points. Well, now it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all. That's impossible. My client had never less reason to kill the victim. After all, He was winning. Now, Mr. You must have known that true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime, won't you? हाँ? क्या स्किल दिखा रहा है यहाँ पे? बैलेंस करने का स्किल. Order. It appears our defendant had lost his motive. Mr. Wright, suppose defeated never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust. अबे किसने hold it मार दिया यहाँ पे? Excuse me, what is it? I did not want to be saying this, but actually you see, what do you see? In the last hand there was cheat. What? Cheat? You don't mean a trick? Wait, do you mean a scam? They are all the same thing. Yes, there was a cheat in last hand. अगर दो टाइप का कार्ड इस्तेमाल हो रहा था तो कैसे लास्ट हैंड में चीट करना पॉसिबल है? हाउ इज दैट पॉसिबल? That is why the game ended with chips are the same. That is why game end with chips as they are. Great, just great. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this case certainly have taken a turn for the interesting. Witness, you please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hands. Okay, let's see क्या cheating हुआ था. The last hand, both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck for ace to king. If you look at both men hands, cheating is more obvious. The next movement, the game became argument. The defendant trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith. Why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. A full house is very high scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience. That alone is enough to suspect less than suspicious tactics. What's a full house? Lawyer these days, you don't know poker. I can't say these bodies well for this case or career. What is this, some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice, you know their terms, 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair. मुझे कुछ नहीं पता. Yes, no problem. 2 cards with the same number make a pair and 3 make a 3 of the kind. Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair, 1 3 kind. That's make a full house. अच्छा, अगर 3 कार्ड सेम हो और 2 कार्ड सेम हो तो वो एक full house होता है. That sounds isn't very easy to make. You can see each player hand is in this photo. They both have full hands. We forgot there's an easy way to make a full hand and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. The defense may examine the if he did cheat in the last hand. That still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Whoever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? The last both men had a full house. Okay, let's see. उसके पास 2 इक्के और 3 जोकर. आई थिंक इसके पास 2 7 और 2 इक्के. ओके, there is 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. If you look at both men hand, cheating is more obvious. Where मुझे तो नहीं दिख रहा. कहाँ? इसके पास 7 है, 3 7 के कार्ड है और 2 इक्के है. इसके पास 2 इक्के है और 3 7 का 3 जोकर के कार्ड है आई थिंक, वो जोकर है आई थिंक, ठीक से नहीं दिख रहा है पर जोकर है आई थिंक। लेट्स प्रेस इट। व्हाट आर यू ट्राइंग टू से? हाउ वाज इट क्लियर? वेल द डिफेंडेंट he played a fifth ace. कहाँ? Fifth ace? It still remained both hands very well. Miss Smith's hands has 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. Obviously cheating were approved. Which I should, Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to this testimony. क्या जोक है ये लड़की झूठ पे झूठ बोले जा रहा है। मिस्टर स्पिन कहाँ ये रहा, मेरे पास कार्ड है, ये रहा फोटो है मेरे पास, देखना चाहेगी? ये देख, जूम करके दिखा देता हूँ। यहाँ पे 3 2 इक्के है और 3 जो है नॉर्मल कार्ड है। ये समझ नहीं आ रहा है क्या कार्ड है पर है। पागल। It appears this witness is mistaken, but my name, look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chip. It is not justice. Perhaps you out to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In order to use your finger to point out where, yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. Okay, what particular point? Witness testimony. Okay, ये वाला, this point, this. In your testimony you made the following claim. Mr. Spin had 3 aces, but as you can clearly see the victim had only 2 aces. Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant hand that held the 3 aces in the question. उसके पास भी 2 ही था. Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in their hand. Where this 5th ace? I see cheating alright, and it's going on right here in this courtroom. 2 aces in each player hand thus make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating. Wait please, it is true, I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you. That's odd. She must be lying. Yet she is more sincere I've seen all her day. You are right to trust your instinct. Who knows what lies in the store for us in the trial ahead. Your Honor, if I may ask, I have a suggestion. What might that be? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards. The cards. Mr. Pine, yes. The player hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request the card to shown to the court. Very well, the prosecutor will submit this as evidence, which you will examine. The victim's card or the defense card. If their card don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now which one of those hand is more suspicious? एक्चुअली विक्टिम का जो कार्ड है वो ज़्यादा सस्पिशियस है क्योंकि उसके पास 3 जो है बड़ा कार्ड है. इट वॉज द विक्टिम हैंड दैट चेंज्ड ओवर द कोर्स ऑफ द विटनेस टेस्टिमनी. द डिफेंस रिक्वेस्ट दिस टाइम टू एग्जामिन मिस्टर स्मिथ्स कार्ड्स. वेरी वेल, पैनल इफ यू वुड. वेरी वेल, रिसीव द एविडेंस. टाइम वेस्ट गेट टू द जस्टिस. यस सर. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using the dialer on the side of the evidence to view. That should give you more. Okay, let's do this. There you go. ये रहा clear cheating. Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's card. The back is just different color. That's impossible, but I put the card in the Wright's hand. What was that? I merely said I have Your Honor. Miss Gavin, yes. Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I tell you. One merely need a friend, that a commander. Shall we say? The dealer. Wait, so you mean this witness, Mr. He is the cheater, a professional. Order, order. Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of this. Of our mistake. Your Honor, please recall the testimony you just heard. That's impossible, but I put the card in Wright's hand. Conspired to cheating not only with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Smith. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an alteration between her and the victim. Wait, we didn't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness. Mr. Orley, are you? Time for justice. There was 3 people in the room at that time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't the guilty, that means I am. The defendant accusing the witness, Miss Orley, of murder. Gaya. Mr. Penn, where is your witness, Mr. Orley? It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice, Your Honor. It seems you have presented a new possibility to this court. Your one suggestion, a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith, and that means this court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time. What? I did it. I held out. I see no point in prolonging the trials this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries. फिर से ऑब्जेक्शन किसने? ओए फिनिक्स राइट, तेरा क्या हो गया? Mr. Wright, you can't end this trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is this defendant scream up now? Think one of the card had a different color back. Don't you wonder what it's mean? What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising an objection right when you are about to get off the hook. Ridiculous. You all of people should know Mr. Wright has a talent for ridiculous. Perhaps we should get to bottom of this thing. Let's clear up the fact about the game that fateful night. And as was said before, we altered between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before. 2 decks at the club having different colored back, blue and red. One color pack. Why use different colored back? If we use the same color, the 2 deck might get mixed. You use different colored, they still got mixed up. We used the deck for the last game. I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have that impression that you are using the blue card. Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards. However, at the end of one card of the wrong color got into the mix, which means that there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck, which seems to be intact cheating. Yet, Doti plays live. Welcome to the stream. Hi, कैसे हो? That card raised 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yes. Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think in the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are 3 boards possibility here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, after the murder. Well, yeah, thanks for the news bullet train, Mr. Wright. Of course, it was swapped. Oh. It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or it might not be. I do like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the card were swapped? When was the card was swapped into the deck? इसका जवाब मैं क्या दूं? कुछ समझ नहीं आया मेरे को. क्या हो सकता है? बिफोर द मर्डर हो सकता है, ड्यूरिंग द मर्डर भी हो सकता है, आफ्टर द मर्डर भी हो सकता है, और पता नहीं मेरे को क्यों लग रहा है बिफोर द मर्डर. वेल इट मस्ट हैपेंड बिफोर द मर्डर. You mean during the game? I wonder. Why? Think. You are playing poker. Which side of your card face your opponent? Oh my god! The back. Not something the poker head of the courtroom tree would be likely to miss. Sorry. Let me think about this more. When was the card swapped? During the murder. During the murder? Well, won't they swap during the murder? During the murder? Tell me exactly when is that? Well, the victim moment of act, I guess. Would that be the moment that card were sworn? Or perhaps the moment when the cheater was revealed? Or maybe the very moment the bottle came down on Mr. Smith's head? Could I have a moment? That moment could cost you in this case. Sorry, let's rethink this. When the card swapped into the deck. अबे इसका मतलब तो after the deck ही होगा, murder ही होगा. Perhaps it's happened after the murder. What's that ridiculous? What's the point of cheating after the hand have been shown? That silly. Yes, but tell me. अच्छा 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 अच्छा. समझ गया. समझ आया अभी समझ आया मुझे को. How do you swap card during the game? It's silly. Over impossible. I take it from me, son. There are a lot of silly in this world, but very impossible. Even when the back of the card are different color, if you pull that during the game, you will be caught in no time. Quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hand was shown, after the murder. Okay, this is going past silly and straight going to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game over? Yes, the point of cheating is to show that they won and Phoenix Wright lose. Who would do that? A simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? Who? The game and the murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room, alive. That is, the defendant Phoenix Wright and our witness. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card? Obviously, the witness. Why it must be the orderly who swapped the card? So was trying to cover up the evidence of cheating. That does make some sense. Sorry, but there is a problem with that explanation. Huh? The swap card was from the wrong deck. Yes, a blue deck was stuck into the red deck. Mixing a card from the wrong deck when the backs are different color. Remember that you are thinking about Mr. Douglas. He was the dealer. Do you think she would make such a novice mistake? Actually, I have trouble imagining even the judge making that mistake. Give it a little more thought. Right. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card? Someone else. तो someone else, इसका आंसर तो someone else ही होगा. Phoenix Wright तो होगा नहीं. The one who swapped the card wasn't Mr. Wright, of course, and well, it doesn't seem like it could have been the witness either. Well, are you suggesting that's hardly a logical conclusion? I admit, as the defense, I think only makes sense for you to name Mr. Ogley at that point. Yes, I know, but she was the one who dealt the card, right? I just can't believe she would make such a mistake swapping the wrong card color. If the card was swapped during the game, it's obvious. Something you would like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking about how much fun all this is. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant and it wasn't Miss Witness, then who was it? Yeah, well, That is the question, isn't it? Precisely. इसका मतलब कोई और भी था वहाँ पे. I believe we are about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction will find that's indeed after the murder. Someone swapped one of the card in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us the first was swapping the wrong card color because the one who did the swapping didn't know the two color card were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card, right? The person replaced the K तीनों तो K ही है. The person replaced the fifth ace with a king. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they knew was that the game has been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in it. But there's one problem. According to our case records, this person does not exist. True, not until now, but you have to admit there's possibility of a fourth person. Though it's more than a possibility, there was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime. और ये अभी बता रहा है, इतना देर बाद, इतना कुछ होने के बाद. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. The trial has proceeded onto a central atmosphere, namely that at the time of the incident there was only 3 people in that room. I believe this new evidence shall we say outturn this. The problem is that you choose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is the problem, yes. Court is adjourned for a brief Mr. Gavin, I see you in my chamber during this research. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes. क्या रहा है यहाँ पे? चल क्या रहा है? कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है अभी तो. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim that there was another person at the scene of the crime. Like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I think you would know the answer to that. Being mysterious are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christopher. Just this, yes, sir. The judge has summoned me to his chamber, so carry on without me. मेरे पास अभी 10 से 12 क्वेश्चन रेडी है फिनिक्स राइट के लिए, पर एक भी मैं नहीं पूछ पाऊंगा इसको. ये सबसे ज़्यादा घटिया पार्ट है इस गेम का. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? You wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at the picture of my daughter in there. I am just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you meet her one of the days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, it was you. What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago. What I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never, honest. But क्या था इसने? It is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. What to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad card all night and still win. Poker. You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like our court cases. Poker is like trial. Figure out what your opponent is thinking and you win. Well, yeah, but that's hard. Then it sounds, I think not. Try as you might to conceal it. Everyone reveals their true thought in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding. That witness for the intense, Mr. Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during a certain part of her testimony. Did you notice? No, come on. Who noticed that? Words, habit, switches, it's all information for reading. That's the secret to winning Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret to you. But I am not worthy. I mean, there's no way I will pick up on those signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What is talking about? But you will soon. I almost forgot one more thing about this case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My power? I had no idea. My cord of steel were that special. It's time. The real trial began now. Do your best. Oh my God. ये तो किसी और ही तरफ जा रहा है अभी ये केस. Obviously, I'm going to save. And कितना बज रहा है? 1 बजने को आया.